can make a phone call and complain to Hasbro and say all the things that we wanted to say? The Umbrella Man can. Who can make a live stream after he's banned from live streams? Who can make the sunshine glitter like a rainbow? Umbrella Man can.
I made a zigzag, yes.
Who can go over sales reports for IDW?
Who can do it?
Who can prove with
Real numbers that the comic industry is collapsing? Umbrella Girl can.
I said
Umbrella Girl can. Yep.
Who can talk about comic books?
I wonder. Who can do it? You preach that word. Who can do that?
Even when he had his gallbladder
Hey, wait, that sounds like me.
and he had 3 toes.
3 toes. I thought it was an actual foot because I stepped on that landmine. The cybernetic enhancement during live stream during surgery. Umbrella Man can. He sounds like a tough move. Oh, you shut your mouth. Yeah. Hey there, hey there, hey there. How is everybody doing today? Good stuff. So, man, yeah. So the newest thing out there. If you just missed it or you just woke up to the news, Comic HUTT, he basically decided, what in the butt of his channel. He decided to take that sucker down. Why? Because apparently he didn't like blowback. It was really interesting because at least I got to watch the video before it was taken down. And I watched that last video and I thought, this guy is actually taking this very, very poorly. He's taking it very, very sound. Just barely bad. Hey, Leo the Bum Tickler. What's up, my friend? How you doing? Let me say hi to everybody. Let's see. Chris, what's up? Elric, how are you doing? Yeah, Chris, you were definitely the first. Leo, man, how's it going? Gus, hey there. Corrine, how are you doing? Emotionally exhausted. How's it going? Big Steve, yep. He just removed it about 10 minutes ago or something. Bagel Goose. Mellow Trash killed him. I know. Terrible, isn't it? That monster out there killing channels. Man, that Yellow Flash. What a devil, Between what was really funny about this stuff is, I being completely blunt, I understand the approach the guy wanted to take. I get that. Drama feeding actually can work. The issue you run into is you have to have a base besides a small group of people that are always pissed off. I'm wondering this too. If you're listening, HUTT, you can chime in under whatever account you're probably wondering with. But are you going to become the next late night comics? You're not going to go that route, are you? I mean, surely, because you're already chilling in a circle of people that are just pissed off all the time. I look at some of the creators that have gotten attached to that, and I'm not throwing anyone particular in there for that, but I see them always pissed off 24/7. Why? Because apparently outrage marketing for them, they think that that's their new hallmark, or maybe that was their old hallmark. Certain ones of them, it definitely was their hallmark, and other ones, well, I hope that they know how that works, pro or con. Certain YouTubers, like I say, outrage marketing works well too. But when your own subscriber base is like, whoa, that's probably not good. When you manage maybe 30 likes on something, your hot take, and there are specific people that are going to upvote it with their 5 or 6 accounts, yeah, that's probably not a good one. Cecil's video was hilarious. Yes, if you haven't checked this out yet. So, in fact, screw it. Everybody needs to go check out Cecil's video, but you know what? I'm gonna snipe his video. Let's go over it. I don't care. But check his video out. Give him views, because Cecil is cool like that. And, well, because Cecil's cool like that. But let's go and check out Cecil's live stream with him. Let's actually Check that out. It's very good. Like I said, if we snipe it here, we talk about it, it's because I just want to talk about it. I want to have some fun, you know? Why not? If somebody, you know, when I have someone tell me, they go Maury Povich on me and they tell me, hey, you're not my father, umbrella guy, you know, because I told him, like, this hot take shit. What's the problem is, if you get outraged in the name of someone else, what happens there is you hurt that other person, especially if they're a creator. You hurt that other person because audiences are going to assume that, especially if you go out and you promote like going and stream rating and on, they're going to assume that you're doing that with the permission of that person. So yeah, but we're going to have to go in and check out this this wonderful, wonderful interview. And you know what? Cecil is a funny mofo, I have to say. I like Cecil quite a bit, you know, and definitely give him clicks, you know. Okay. We ready? You wish you hadn't deleted his channel? I know, man. It was actually going to be fun, like going back and forth, you know. Yeah, wow, I really like some of HUTT's videos. I liked his art, you know. I wonder if he'll come back. HUTT was very full of himself sometimes. I wondered at first. I always thought that was a character, but after a while, I started thinking that maybe that was actually him. All right, kids. So let's get this on. Let's check it up. It's an 8-minute video, so of course it'll take us forever to go through. I'm sizing it the way I want so I can hear everybody talking there. I wanted to download his latest stuff. I wonder if anybody got any shots of that, just because. You know, I would love to see that. Oh.
Hello, and welcome to a special edition of Cecil Says. This is definitely about comic books because I have a special guest with me here today called Comic Book Putz. Hello, Putz.
Comic Book Putz. That's beautiful. Hey, Comic Book Putz got it with it. Good shot there.
Putz. Cecil does a comic book HUTT. I'm here at the HUTT. I know you're playing games. People think you're funny. You're not funny. You're not funny. I'm going to stay here today until you apologize for what you said about Tim, Mr. Tim Lim, Mr. Timothy.
Can you believe, actually, he's going in and he's trying to slosh mouth that stuff, and still the damn, it's picking up the best subtitles I've actually have. What's up with that? Man, come on, Cecil. Did you pay somebody off or something? I mean, maybe I need to drink more.
Timothy Lynn, Dr. Timothy Lynn, he's a doctor. And you got to apologize for what you said. Well, I don't think I said anything wrong, Potts. All I said is that Tim is a nice guy, but he is not a good guy. Well, that's the thing. What is good? What is the opposite of good? Opposite of good is bad. You call
So I said he's not he's not a good guy. He's a nice guy, but he's not a good guy. Now, again, I don't understand the blowback that you know, when you think about everything that's transpired, getting fixated on a couple of comments that a Cecil puts out there. Really, I thought it was pretty softcore what he had to say. I would again expect that the other people might have actually enjoyed having that there, you know. Him having to go at Elizabeth was not cool. Very annoyed. These people, you know. Oh, Lord. Here, let's continue on. Well, I don't actually, you know, some of the stuff, like there are certain creators that that have done some, now not a Tim Lim, but, you know, there are certain creators I could set out there. And I understand where Cecil comes from because I've dealt with some jackasses out there. And yeah, you know, when they decide to throw your kid into something or something else, yeah. You know, now I did, in all fairness, I did skip through his video. So if he had any more hot takes besides like, I'm his dad, I missed that, you know, so, honestly. But, yeah, it's kind of weird that he really attached this level of, you know, daddy issue to a person like myself or Edwin or Yellow Flash. Like I said, man, is he going to become the next late night comics? Let's continue on.
Call him a bad guy. This will not stand. Now with the HUTT, the HUTT is on it, and you're gonna. This is my pledge. You are going to apologize to me before this interview is over. You are going to apologize. Well, I think that's highly unlikely. And also, I'm not sure if Tim is actually a medical doctor. He's an audiologist. You know that. What?
That's actually true. You know, Tim is not a medical doctor, you know, so, I mean, when he's breaking that down. Still, I mean, Tim is an educated person. You know, that wasn't under dispute. But yeah, I mean, he's not, yeah, anyway.
Tim's a doctor. He helps people. If you and your fat blubber tits had a heart attack, Cecil, no one would help you. Only Tim. Tim would help you because he's a good person. He's a doctor. Well, that's what I'm trying to say is he's an audiologist. He's not an MD. It's not even really a PhD. It's a degree in audiology is what you would need for that. I guess you could call him a doctor out of respect, but technically he's not a doctor. And he's certainly not a medical doctor. And he certainly couldn't do more than you or me in a case of a heart attack. You know, nowadays it's just chest compressions. You don't even.
Oh man, look, Cecil showed how diminished his faculties are because he didn't realize there's a little machine you might be able to find and hook up to people. I swear, where did that come from? Really. What's bad? All of this stuff, you know, I'm gonna cut in periodically, but what's really bad about all of this is, again, HUTT didn't expect a comment. He didn't expect it to be divisive. He's done this many times. He's talked shit about a lot of people, you know, a lot of people in the past. You know, he's gone at many a person, and yeah, you know, when you go at people like that, you're going to number one, you're going to have people that would root for your downfall. I was not rooting for his downfall, actually. I was watching this and thinking, man, you know, you're fucking up. Like you said, you know, not your daddy. Well, you know, you were fucking up, buddy. You were fucking up big time. If that's he kept talking about, don't push me. Don't push me. I wish we had that video. Shit, it'd take us like 4 days to go through it, though. Anyway, continue.
Even do the breathing. So just steady chest compression would help anybody during a heart attack. Tim, I would assume, would do that if I had a heart attack, and I assume you would do that the same thing for me. What? No, Tim's a doctor. He helps people. He saves people's lives every day. To work like a doctor. Timothy's a doctor. Dr. Timothy Lim is a doctor. Yes, he works on hearing tests and helping people with hearing loss, but he's not an MD. He couldn't, you know, do open heart surgery or anything like that. He'd be no more qualified to help in a heart attack than anybody. But he's a doctor and he helps people. I know that doctors do a good job.
If he ever comes back, everybody needs to be like, but he's a doctor. He's a doctor.
Dr. Timothy Lim is a doctor, so he helps people. He's better than you, Cecil. That's all I gotta say. Is you drink alcohol, and you know, also Mitch Brightwise is a diva. That's an odd thing to say. I notice you've been saying
Mitch
that.
Brightwiser's diva.
To say that money's not the issue, or you chastise these guys for making money, but then you say money's not an issue, but then you attack them for making money. I don't quite understand the tact you're taking on that. No, I don't. I don't care about the money. I don't.
I wonder who has the best best comic HUTT. You know, I can't do it. Like it sounds like I'm gonna go Lenny of Mice and Men. You know, tell me about the farm comic. Tell me about the chickens, buddy. Oh, you know, just remember what happens when you start telling me that story. Clack. Oh, Lord. Dr. Mingla helps people. He's a doctor. He just was, this is this splendiferous, the best, you know, It's like, oh God, dude. Really. Like, what's funny is like he would talk about YouTubers, low quality YouTubers. He would throw myself in there, like, bitch, please. I know, like that 1 to 2 videos I do a day. Yeah, I'm not gonna cut it with flashing effects and firecrackers for the guy that looks like a spastic when he's filming. Oh man, I realize maybe your arms are shorter or something. I don't know. Maybe one arm's shorter than the other. Maybe you have problems. Maybe you got the palsy. I don't judge people for that. But, don't judge other people for that either. I mean, seriously. Anyway, let's continue on.
Okay, that Red Rooster made, $178,000, $407, and that's a lot.
Oh yeah, hey, wait, I'm sorry. Like, there's a bunch of people asking what happened. Let me fill everybody in for just a moment. So Comic HUTT is was a channel that you may have seen on EVS's streams. He had built up to around, I think, 1,100 subscribers, and he would talk about how he was the best and he had the biggest account. Basically, it felt like he was making up for something, maybe. I'm not really sure. Again, I'm not his father. So, he got mad because Cecil made a video, and he had made a video reviewing Trump Space Force. When he reviewed Trump Space Force, he said that Tim Lim was a nice person, but not a good person. Now, I don't have any problem with Tim Lim. I'm not going on the, man, I don't like Tim. That's not part of that. But I understand why Cecil would throw that out there. Why? Because Cecil is not going to be happy these days with some of the shit that took place before. I mean, you saw the way that went, and I thought it was a very innocuous comment. But then Comic HUTT started demanding. He started making demands in videos saying, Cecil better apologize or else. And you know what the or else was? He was saying the or else was, I'm going to send people to stream raid at EVS's and super chat to make you answer. It's like, really? All right. Your live streams get... I actually have super chatted before there. And I know the 8 people that were watching, I realized, like, maybe getting them to stream raid maybe will work. Maybe if you get together with all the other people that are pissed off and angry all the time, possibly. But seriously, I'm at a legit Comic-Con. The cosplayer booths are limited to the walls. Everyone else is either a retailer or artist. And can Cecil turn his mic up? Yeah. Actually, I could probably turn him up a little bit there, You could probably hear him a little bit more. But so anyway, he started making demands that Cecil apologize or else. And he was doing it, it sounded like he was defending the honor of. As I told him in a comment too. So I got a response from this because I told him in a comment, what you're asking for there, it won't hurt you and it won't hurt Cecil. What it'll hurt is Tim Lim or anyone that associates with Tim Lim. Because when you do that, not going to work out. Not going to work out for you there, It's going to be broken. Hey, let me shill for just a second. So if you want to support this channel is not monetized, but there's a way to do it. And you will summon the interrupting Tug. If you've never met him, it's a cool little animation. It'll come across the screen. Boom. But you can throw your comments in there. You can bag the channel. Link in the description. Link in the chat. Periodically, people will put that up there. It will interrupt. We will hear a thing, and we will catch your comment there just like a super chat would work. So, except more of what you do actually goes to the people that back anyway. You're not giving 30% to the Google. My bad. Anyway, come on. Yeah, Cecil owes no one. Exactly. So let's continue on.
A lot of money that he could buy his pretty wife pretty designer clothes with. That's also a weird thing to say, actually. She also has a job. She's an accomplished colorist and is actively working. She could buy her own clothes, frankly, and the money you just mentioned is Mitch's salary, so he could do whatever the hell he wants with it. If he wants to buy his wife's gifts, I don't understand why you would have an objection to that. No, I don't have an objection. What these guys is all about the money. I don't even pay attention to the money. I don't pay attention to the fact that Lone Star made 100.
I don't have a Justin. That's what it said. I don't have a Justin. Anyway, sorry.
$10,733. That's not even a concern of mine. I don't even care about that. And, once again, it's odd the way that you just the numbers just roll off your tongue. It seems like you are kind of obsessed, maybe even a little bit jealous of people doing well. Shouldn't we be, proud of these guys? They kind of left the industry, struck out on their own. We were rooting for them, and they made it. So I think that's a testament to us, the fans, and them, the creators. I think we should be more happy for them than jealous. Now you're getting me all mixed up because I'm not jealous as Caesar Van Sciver, Little Caesar. I call him. I call him Little Caesar because I can't wait till Ren gets a hold of that because I just made that up. I put that out.
Yeah,
there.
actually, okay. If you never watched any of his old videos, this guy had a hard on for watching Ren go out and attack people. In fact, I had commented one time when Ren was going at one of the other female comic skaters, and this guy was like, bah, 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 bah. And I was like, dude, some background on that. Actually, this person is quite the shitty human being. But hey, apparently certain pros think that's okay too. Apparently, it's okay to go out and do that and on. And I guess, you fall in with that crowd. Like I said, you can get your 30 votes. You can get that. EBS had him on his stream, and Comic HUTT would just go on. He would just sit and make bad audio noises, but he wouldn't fucking do anything because I guess it was because he was pissed off all the time now. I actually thought that he just didn't maybe have anything to say, but I suppose that maybe the problem was that he was actually very angry person. He was a very, very angry person. I mean, if you missed out his video that was right before all of this came up, he was wagging his finger around, telling me Yellow Flash and Edwin Boyette, of all people, like Edwin Boyette, that he didn't need to be pushed. You wouldn't like that if he pushed. Insinuating he would push back. I mean, what the fuck, man? This is YouTube. You got into drama. You wanted it. You wanted it with Nerdette. In fact, you've taken shots at Yellow Flash. You've taken shots at myself. But I didn't give a fuck. Like, I just never have cared. Because, all right, And although I do have to say that, yeah, is his channel gone? Yes, it's blown up. If anyone made a copy of that video that he made last, definitely hit me up with that sucker. I really want to see that. I would love to see that last video again. He was always a loser. Never understood why EVS had him on streams. Because EVS, he feels like he can make peace. See, I've seen him do this many a time. He feels like he can keep peace in Comicsgate. And unfortunately, some people don't want that. They want to build a platform on a fuck these people, and they want to ride coattails in a negative manner on people that aren't even involved in, say, industry, like a Cecil. Okay, Cecil, he's going to be involved in Rainbow Brute later, so that worked in there. Oh man, but what about a Yellow Flash? What about an Edwin Boyette? I mean, what about a Nerdette? How exactly does that work? Because, I guess that's the way it would have played. Anyway, let's keep going.
Day I said, we should call him Little Caesar, and when Ren gets it, then he's gonna be in trouble because he's gonna be in trouble when that gets out there. I started that Little Caesar. I mean, he made a combined of $628,854. I mean, but who's counting? And also Richard Meyer, I know what him and Ethan Little Caesar are up to. I have spies. I know what both of them are up to in their DMs, and they have chat groups that talk about me. See now, when you start saying that, it seems odd.
Another thing he actually mentioned that he was added to a chat group by Yellow Flash, and it makes me wonder. So a lot of DMs were getting dumped again, and I kept thinking again. I always try to approach that by pretty much saying that anything I say, I expect it to be dumped out there by someone like that in a group that's shared like that. I'm not going to take screen caps and fuck people, but I expect some lowbrow pieces of crap to do that. So I always figure it that way. And some of those snapshots had been coming out yet again because God forbid that you're actually able to set in a a group of people actually converse about stuff and not have it leaked. So apparently this guy, every single thing had to be negative about certain people. Isn't that lovely? Isn't that fun? Yeah, Cecil definitely is clowning him. He could have done this for hours. I really wanted to see HUTT come out and do an actual interview. I wanted to hear what he had to say. Like, everybody kept asking him, hey, man, come out here. Let's do it. Anyway, Cecil the HUTT Slayer. Man, it sounds like a Star Wars character. Somebody needs to put that together. They need to put him setting on fire a comic hut and then, slaying like a Jabba the Hutt, except Comic the Hutt.
Seem a little crazy, if you don't mind me saying there, Putz. It's hot. It's hot. Stop playing games, Cecil. You think you're funny and you're smart, but you're not smart at all. But I'll tell you who I will not buy from ever again is Richard C. Meyer, who made $404,913 on his Jawbreakers campaign, and I don't believe he's signing anything. And it's got to come to an end, because when it comes to the HUTT, I keep them honest and I make sure they're doing the right thing. And a lot of people don't care if they're doing the right thing.
I keep them honest.
But I can't be bought. I can't be silenced. I will have all my people super chat you until you apologize. Well, I listen. There is no chance I'm going to apologize to you. I did nothing wrong. In fact, you were attacking me for being a drunk, but the truth is, I was not drunk when I said that Tim Lim is a nice guy, but he's not a good guy. I've been sober now 19 days. So you calling me a drunk?
Hey, kudos to Cecil, just to say with that. He also called him, I can't remember if he addressed this, but he also talked about his weight, and he talked about his intellect.
Also, you calling me fat is a little odd, too. Yeah, I call myself fat. I don't hide the fact, but you are actually fatter than me. No, you're fat. You got blubber tits. And you drink alcohol, which makes you a drunk, and people laugh at you like Barney Gumble. And it's pathetic. And you are going to apologize for what you said to a good man, Mr. Good, Timothy Lynn, the doctor. He's a doctor. He would help you. You will apologize to me. You know what, HUTT? I don't know if I'm going to apologize to you. Like I said, I was completely sober. And I'm sorry if that shocks you, but I haven't had a drink in 19 days. What did you just say? I said, I'm sorry if you just apologized to me. Thank you very much. Son of a bitch!
There you go. Man, we had some good stuff there. Sober Cecil is more creative on his channel. Cecil is awesome, though. Even drunk Cecil was great, too, man. I would he came out with, hey, Weaponized Nerd Rage, by the way. Saw you in there. Good to see you. Blackulous Universe, glad to see you there. Like I said, that's a solid video. And it's a response that I didn't think it was, it's not douchebaggery. Hell, if Cecil wants to mock me in an 8-minute video, I'll take it. It's very good. I'd have a good laugh out of it. You know what I mean? Cecil, can we copyright strike Tug? No. It's really kind of funny. Like I say, when you look at all of the drama that channel was involved in, I mean, it was always involved in trying to call out people, to attack people and on. And well, what did it actually get? What did it actually get the person in the end? Sooner or later, you get a response. And I thought that was the whole idea, getting a response. But apparently, if you go looking for that, apparently no. Apparently you're not going to want that. Apparently, you want to sit in a little bubble, and you want to talk shit about people because, hey, maybe that's I don't know, maybe that's the way to play. I don't know. It just seems very odd to me. I don't normally involve myself in the bullshit like that, but when I do, when I want to laugh, yeah, so check this out. So Cecil, he had a lot of stuff to say as well. He had a lot of dumb things to say within that. Not Cecil, but, idiot there. He actually had quite a few quite a few not so smart things to say, and we made fun of him, I'm sure that he caught all of this stuff that was coming up. He told me I wasn't his dad. I wish we could go over that. So I said, Comic HUTT told me I'm not his father in his latest video. The suspense man. Wait until the last moment felt like a Maury Povich reveal. Also, I'm sorry, HUTT, but you missed the other night when Yellow Flash and myself were talking, and we discussed all of this stuff. And what was really funny about that? Nobody besides the angry little crowd that you've surrounded yourself with, like the Della Roses and maybe testosterone overload, I don't know, but this small group of people besides them, who exactly is responding to this? Who has responded to it positively? Watching your back hole and front hole at the same time is difficult. Yes. I guess all that drama and attention HUTT desperately wanted was too much for him. The irony. I know. Yeah. Yep. Maury Povich. You don't remember him? You're not the father. I get to find out. It was like, oh my God, I'm glad I'm not his daddy. He had some choice things to say too. But yeah, if you look, then, here is my search for Mr. Comic HUTT. Yes, it's sad. We couldn't actually go through and look at the comments together because there were a lot of fun ones, and a lot of really, really angry offsets. Like I said, Comic HUTT. So responding to me, the reason that Comic HUTT responded to me in a negative way for that video was the fact, not because of a live stream, not because of anything I'd said in there, but rather because I left a comment. And my comment said, that Nurkish and Tim, they made a business decision. That's their prerogative. But that business decision, it was not a good optic. It looked bad, and surely they realized it. Then I prefaced my comments that I was saying by saying, hey, I've gotten along with Tim. I've never had a problem with him. The guy's been great with me. Actually, I've liked him. I've never had a problem with him. Nurkish, I didn't know. I did not know the guy at all. But when I interacted with him, I didn't have any problems. In fact, when I saw the arguments that all came up to that blow-up point, I actually thought that maybe it was a disagreement, but actually I thought he was fucking around. I thought he was joking. I actually thought it was a joke. I thought it was a Nurkish skit, Because how can you tell when these guys are on, not on? That's the thing. This gives like a Cecil or a Nurkish the opportunity to say and do anything that they want, and you can't tell, if they're ever mad or if they ever want to make a real point. You just can't tell. So up until then, actually everything had just been like interacting with Nurkish, and then people have gone their own way. They're doing their own thing, and then out of the blue, a person that backed a book was reminded of what happened with the cash grab thing, about it tanking and the way that it came up. That's the way I would see that. And they had, again, a comment about being a nice guy, but not being a good guy. Now, that's the strangest thing to just grab onto and to pull out. And not only to just grab onto and pull out, but to fixate on to the point that, oh my God, I'm going to be offended, and I'm going to be offended on behalf of, I could understand if you were married to a person and you wanted to be offended on their behalf, or maybe if they were family, but a pro, you want to be offended because someone said they're not a good person, not because someone said, that guy's a fucking Nazi or anything up, not a good person, a person that had been part of something and they had a specific comment. In fact, I would take, the way that Cecil was dropped, I would actually go further, and I would say that in and of itself is the same type of comment. If you're going to be dropped unceremoniously, are you calling the person that you dropped a good person? Are you calling them a nice person even? Are you saying that, what do you read between the lines in that? Because I definitely read a message between the lines, like many a person did. So when all of that came up, yeah, it was very, very interesting. I love seeing JDA come in every time someone has a beef with someone else in the community. JDA, Della Rose likes messaging people and trying to get them worked up and going out with the anti-gators. And it's very, It's very telling about a person. Like, after a guy threw my kid into a gotcha moment because some asshole tried to deplatform me, yeah, that was not. I don't have any respect for that. I don't. I was involved in 5 live streams. That's right, JD, I figure you're listening. 5 streams that pushed your products, free advertisement, and because I unfollowed you, you decided to tell me what? Fuck you for 5 weeks? Before you decided I thought we had finally gotten that stuff to calm down, and then, yeah, someone tries to fuck up my life, and, yeah, you decide to throw my kid into it. What a nasty person. Nasty, yeah. Cringe-filled day. Yes, it's a very cringe-filled day. Never go full Mark Wade. A Saturday full of cringe. What have we become? We become interesting. This is YouTube. You know, really. Like, when you look at it, it's entertaining. It's fun to watch. I don't put videos together for this kind of stuff. I don't want to talk about the negativity toward creators I wouldn't have known otherwise. I wouldn't talk about a YouTuber that I would have never heard about otherwise. But I will talk about it in a live stream because why not? Why not have some fun there, you know? And it was funny. I mean, if I put out a video and I had a hot take, like I was going to say, EVS, I demand this, and EVS responded to me, or I said, Cecil, you better do this, and Cecil responded to me, I wouldn't get even angrier and then put out a follow-up video telling people, you know, don't push me, basically trying to go all Hulk, you know, I'm angry, you wouldn't like me if I'm angry, you know, the whole thing, and apparently anger meant, boom, gonna blow up the I'm going to blow up my channel. Like I said, after that's how you make late night comics is. It's fun times, though. It is funny just to see sometimes. Yeah, Gil is on fire. Yeah, look at there. Hey, Umbrella Guy, have you seen JDA's sequel to Flying Sparks? Burning Cry. Oh, that's cold. That's cold stuff. I just, I don't know. I have fun with a lot of this. I did find it, like I said, the comments about live streams that you get invited to, DM groups, that kind of stuff, it really does get under my skin because it's the kind of a threat. There's an implication that says that you cannot be trusted. You know, oh man, I was involved in those, and you know what? You know, it's this way, it's that way. Yeah, you have a lot of people that are just talking freely. They talk to one another. I don't communicate in them that much because there's always some jackass that'll try to screw you over. And apparently, I guess Comic HUTT was that guy. Amazing, huh? Amazing. John De La Rose is not a racist. No, John De La Rose is not a racist. I don't, really, to be honest, like the... you know, back and forth. The person's not a racist. They're not a pedo. They're not all of those things, you know. But at the same time, when people want to make someone mad, they throw that out there, and they have a time on it. Honestly, I could just throw all of my TV out and only participate in Comicsgate. Would be more entertaining. It is. Actually, it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of funny. All right. So let me throw this out here again before I continue. So if you want to support the channel, then there is the super chat feature. You will kind of trigger an animation there. You'll see them. Actually, let me trigger it for you. Let me say it's a triggering. I'm going to trigger something. I'll show you what it looks like. This is Peter Gilmore anyway. If you've never done any work, this is not a donation. I'm just going to set that off. All right. It's someone's interrupting Tug. There he is. Oh, good stuff. But yeah, let's see. Anybody, if you got questions about stuff too, or whatever, you're like, what is up with this pair? Wait, was HUTT part of a secret Comicsgate group chats? Well, when we say secret Comicsgate group chats, they are DM groups on Twitter. So, say Ethan Van Sciver wants to have a live stream, right? He will add, instead of inviting 35 people, he'll make a room where he invites 35 people to the one, not a room, but a direct message thread. You know, there'll be 35 people that are chatting in that direct message thread. But essentially, it's just for It's just for dropping links in. But anytime you add 35 people to something or whatever, 20 or whomever, they're going to talk to one another. That happens, because we're all here talking about a specific thing. Comics, we're talking about what goes on. And essentially, conversation erupts. I love the spin that these folks out there, they love to spin it as, oh my God, those people are making decisions about shit. Yeah, if anyone were telling, like myself or a Yellow Flash or Weaponized Nerd Rage, if you can imagine someone telling us what to do, you can imagine the reaction. Well, you've seen it, actually. You've seen it. It's called Comicsgate. That's how we got here in the first place, because jackasses told us. But every time some little pissant gets mad about something, be that a creator, because, he forgot to, fluff his pillows and get out all the tears, and he just can't sleep at night, I guess, because he's drowning and wallowing in them. Or be it a YouTuber that it can't take blowback. They create some sinister idea. Oh my God, they're trying to manipulate you. Now imagine, like, if I told you to go out and do stuff, like I told you beyond. I can make recommendations to you. I could say, hey, this is a good thing to check. But these folks, again, they're beyond salty. I mean, I've put out salt licks before for deer, so they could eat. And I would say I could just throw out someone like Comic HUTT. I could just roll him out in the forest. I imagine deer would come and swarm that guy. And that's just how it would probably be. It's so redonkulous, man. Every time you say racist or the like, the stream glitches out for me in 5-10 seconds. Coincidence. Scary. Scary. Actually, I have a good connection today, too. Very solid one. He was on once for a whole minute at a time, and then a second time, and quit the whole time. The last time I had audio and bailed out. That's as much as I remember. The Comic HUTT guy, okay, so when he was on the Van Sciver stuff, he did not participate. He just sat there like he was proving something. I mean, what exactly is that proving? You were invited on the stream to talk about being irritated about books being late. You could bring up whatever you wanted. You could bring it up and you would be treated with respect. You wouldn't actually be mocked there because, hey, you might be mocked by, you might be mocked later, depending on what you say, by people that aren't, say, a Van Sciver and on. But you're invited to talk about what's going on, to discuss your feelings as a consumer, not your fee-fees, your consumer stuff. And what do? You sit around like an angry lump, making weird noises and shit because, man, it sure showed people. I mean, it sure showed them. And then, and then you talk about how, like, you didn't need those people to grow. I'm like, bitch, you got 800 plus subs because of what? Because of either drama, they were your highest clicks. You could secure 200 or 300 clicks, which was good, actually, for a review. But your real meat was either talking about other YouTubers or talking about, say, Richard, or talking about Cecil. And finally, when you talked about Cecil, you bit off a little more you could chew, I suppose. There seems to be a population within Comicsgate that are very angry and jealous of the pros and semi-pros that are making money and fans under the Comicsgate banner. There are going to be divisions in this thing. Like, just to be blunt about something, there are going to be divisions. Not everybody has to like a pro. We need the freedom of association and disassociation. If I don't want to associate with someone, then fuck them. I don't have to. That's part of it. I got that when Della Rose was talking. I got the fact that because I unfollowed someone, I was the worst person ever. And that, it astounds me. We're not friends. I mean, we're not buddies. It's not like it took 3 weeks to notice that, but apparently disassociation is some kind of monstrosity. And the same thing with association. People can be friends with whomever. They can do something because a lot of people are peacekeepers and on. The thing is that you do have this element out there that is always pissed off and angry. I mean, they're angry for other people. When all of the stuff with, say, Nurkish went down, I mean, everyone following him, just there's this contingent of people that are always pissed off. And I wouldn't, and I'm not saying people that like Nurkish are always pissed off. I'm not saying that at all. But I am saying that there are people that decided to take all of this as their personal banner and make war on not just one person, but multiple people. In fact, you can go out. I would check out, I don't know if you guys have caught another channel that just loves to have these kind of takes now is the Amazing Adam. You know, Amazing Adam will go out and intermittently getting worse, very much getting worse. I remember that guy. So that guy was actually, I mentioned this before on another stream. He's part of that. Like I said, you could look up his YouTube and you can see him flipping out about this stuff. But he was essentially, let me see, I got to think back. So I guess a year ago, maybe, Patrick Zurcher quit, and he was blamed for it. He actually had Patrick Zurcher said, "You're the guy who drove me off Twitter. You're a racist. You're all this stuff." The guy then understood that those kind of people are scumbags, and people that would attack you for that, you're probably a scumbag. But now he's just, for some reason, he's decided, for whatever reason, that he wants to attack. He was saying today he's going to burn Ethan Van Sciver down. He's going to burn those terrible war campaigners down. And again, you don't have to like war campaign. You don't have to like me. You know, you should. You should have good taste and know you should like me. But I don't know. I mean, if you've got your problems there, I guess that's all right. Outrage is a drug. That's right. If you've never been in part of one of these chats, by the way, I try to have mine about 5 o'clock normal days. We talk about whatever, and it's very interactive. If you got something to throw in on this, we could take a little bit of that audience polling. And yeah, you know, when you're throwing out whatever, it's good. I don't care about Comic Hut. He was a jerk. Well, he burned those bridges really fast. He got a lot of people that were like, hey, you know, your content is funny. I like your little characterization. And he was like, I don't need anybody. I'm the best. I'm the best, you know. I thought, my God. Yeah. You kind of, that's why I didn't understand the picking a fight with Cecil of all people. Like, Cecil has been a dude that, well, if I've needed something, Cecil has always been in that corner. He said, hey, he would show up for whatever if I asked him to. He's always supported my channel. I'm happy with that. I think the guy is a good dude at the end of the day. But if you wanted to go blow for blow with him, you look at what happened with Nasser. See, Nasser took it well. Nasser said, you know, Cecil wasn't funny. They went back and forth. He was given a void comp test. You know, I mean, think back to all that. That was funny. And it helped cement Nasser as somebody that people felt they could back. They could mess around with, have a good time. And Nasser can say whatever he wants because he's himself, you know, for better or worse on that. But there's a bad way to approach this too. When you go out and you say, I don't like that guy because he said this. By the way, you're just a fat jerk alcoholic, you know, and your takes are shit, and you're not that smart. How could somebody not think Cecil's smart? I don't get that comment either. That's just an angry comment because Cecil, like when you listen to what he says, it takes a lot of wit to come up and kind of just off the cuff decide to give a response to something about, like that video. Look at that video. In 8 minutes, he pretty much just came up with something fast. All right. So see, that is Interrupting Tug. If you're new to the stream, we will go see him. That is the essential super chats. So let's see. Borvik, thanks for the $3 donation. First, I thought I missed something. Starting to feel like I missed a lot of nothing. That's pretty much it. You know, this is what is this about? Laughing at somebody. Laughing at somebody for just because it's a lot of fun sometimes. Again, it's more like a you know, what goes around comes around, I suppose. You go out, you pick fights with people. You want to build off controversy, and you know, it basically blows up in someone's face. It blows up to the point, like I say, with this person, they picked a fight with Nerdette Newsstand. They picked fights with a bunch of other people that Nerdette actually responded. I thought that was funny. You can go find her videos on her responses to him, which are very funny there. But he got angry. In fact, I'd done nothing but actually be nice and encouraging.
Chat.
Ooh, let's see. So that's the other chat thing. That's my daughter, one of the people that these folks like to insult. Isn't that lovely there? Yeah. Thanks, Look at Jim. I appreciate the $20 donation. The real hypocrisy is that he was mad at EVS and Richard C. Meyer for delaying their books and calling them scammers. Then he nukes his channel after taking super chats in exchange for drawings. I'll miss the good points he threw away through self-inflicted drama. Yeah, you know what, too? With that, thank you for the super chat for that, or whatever you call that right there. But the worst part of all of that is, I was one of the people that actually donated. He's supposed to, when he takes super chats, he's actually supposed to give a live stream where he draws a specific something. So I requested a stream with a horror theme, which was supposed to come in the next week. And now I guess I'm not going to get that. I guess that's money wasted. Thanks a lot, scammer. Is that how that works? I'm wondering. We talk about people that have late projects too. We talk about the people like the Richard Paces and the B. Clay Moores that have projects that are 5 years late. Yeah, Richard Pace, the guy who goes out and shits on like people all the time, that guy has a project that's 5 years, quote unquote, late. He keeps saying that he works on it every weekend. 38 pictures he's supposed to draw, but it's taken him 5 years so far. But yeah, it's coming. It's coming. So those people, they decide are going to be sidelined in exchange for complaints about other folks, and if you are a consumer, you can complain about this. And if you feel that you are owed a refund, as far as I understand, people could get their refunds from folks like a Mike Miller or an EVS. They weren't trying to not give you money, or a John Malin. In fact, I've seen this thing. It's not something I expected to see over and over again, but apparently, because some people, again, were getting pissed off in the name of. You have certain people that have gone after, say, a Mike Miller and said, give me your refund. Oh, by the way, prove that you gave a refund. Oh, well, But when he said, I can't prove without putting your name out there. I've given people refunds, but, do you want me to dox you? Oh, my God, you threatened to dox me. That's the kind of people that these guys are dealing with that way. It's a crazy contingent that is parked inside a Comicsgate, and they've decided to be offended in the name of. It's the most baffling and amazing thing that I've really watched in a long time. It's hard to paint by numbers at this age. The angrier the Putz got, the more he reminded me of the movie Taxi Driver. You talking to me? Yeah, actually, I always thought that, if you never heard HUTT, I always thought he was trying to channel The Godfather, because of that accent that he was doing. I always thought that was supposed to be The Godfather. But, maybe I was wrong. Maybe he just, maybe that was his real voice. And if it was, Mr. HUTT, Mother Nature, they do owe you an apology. Oh, shit. I mean, seriously. Next from HUTT, fight me in real life. Actually, that's where it was going, Pages, because he put up that video, and he was saying, you guys pushing me. You better not push me. Okay, well, I just pushed you. Like I said, he's going late night comics. And this may seem like a trivial thing to talk about. And it is. It's funny. It's trivial. It's a lot of fun. But at the same time, when you're discussing it, this is where the crazies come from. This is how they seed. If you don't know late night comics, he came about the same way. He got blocked by a creator, by EVS, and went apeshit, and now talks about doxing people, and talks about threatening and going after people's lives and stuff. And interestingly enough, he's in that same circle of folks that we're just talking about. He's in the circle of folks like the JDA. He's actually in that circle. He kicks it with those folks because, you know, having a full-fledged psycho that likes to go out and threaten people's lives, hey, that's normal. That's totally fucking normal, right? Ugh. Yeah, this is my cringe farmer element. I just listened to the whole Cecil Comic HUTT interview. Sounds like Cecil interviewing himself. Yeah, it definitely was Cecil interviewing himself. He was making fun of the fact that, again, Comic HUTT demanded an apology for Cecil, and Cecil, he was like, yeah, that's not going to happen. So then HUTT, you know, after people laughed at him, HUTT doubled down and tripled down and kept demanding an apology. So he made that video. Basically to make fun of him, you know, to have a good laugh out of him, because why wouldn't you? Why wouldn't you take the piss out of people like that? Because it's fun, it's goofing off, and like I said, if Cecil wanted to mock me in a video, I would be more than happy to you know, to be the butt of that kind of joke, because why not? It's just goofing off. He's just having fun, and you know, like when we were on live streams, he would talk about, you know, imagining where I live. And he would say, you know, do you have water running down the mountain that you live on? You all have roofs and stuff. And it's funny. You know, it's not meant to be an asshole. It's just goofing off. My God, you know, remember that old adage, man up? I think if you got the stones to call people out, then you should have the stones to actually, I don't know, stand up when you're calling people out too. It's just, I think it's funny anyway. Let's look. Oh yeah, Comics the HUTT went after the Brightwisers in his videos. Yeah. I didn't understand why you would go after the Brightwisers of all people. You know, because the Brightwisers, if folks don't know about their past is insane. They have had people going after them since 2016. So now a supposedly reasonable voice is going to go after them too. Somebody that considered themselves, you know, good enough to go out and back them. Why? Because, yeah, exactly. Why the hell? Damn, I missed a lot. Actually, and you missed the videos. They're gone. That's the saddest thing. If anybody kept those videos, you definitely need to send me one, because we will have a good laugh out of it. Weren't expecting a live stream today. Well, another one. Yeah, I know. I got in the mood for that. But I've never seen anybody with a channel that was built on something like this kind of stuff. Like, again, drama. Pull it down when they finally get the drama they wanted. I guess they didn't like the like to dislike ratio. First of all, they were getting something like 27 to 97. I tried to watch HUTT's videos, unbearably boring. Tuned in after a couple of minutes. When you approach something, you know, for myself, I try to cut myself off unless I'm doing an article at about 13 minutes. That's pretty much it. And I, you know, when I cover something, it can be dry material. There's a difference. Like when you go out, you give people read along, you let people follow, you know, your approach, it gets better as you go forward. It doesn't get angrier. And again, more pissed off. I guess that really speaks to the whole thing, you know. They were super contrived, yes. Cecil took his knocks when he first showed up with EVS and good humor, then got backstabbed. How could anyone be against him? Yeah, you know, I mean, he's always, hey, Momentum More, what's up? He's always been, you know, he's always rolled with the punches. That's one of the things I think, you know, some people don't like Cecil, and that's your prerogative. I don't get that, but okay, if you don't like the guy, you don't like the guy. You don't like his humor, I guess. But like I said, he's a guy that would actually stand up and have fun, you know. Sorry I missed the channel. I want to see what all of this is about. Hi, Brian, what's up, man? You know, if you have not subbed, let me just say this. If you're not subbed to this man's channel, you definitely should. 3 dots here, go to channel, sub to it. Seriously. Talk about talent, man, you know, and he will periodically on Twitter have $40 sketches that he sells. Man, I'm going to get my butt in there one day and actually secure maybe I don't know. Like I really liked that Firefly you did. It was pretty awesome. So yeah, people need to check that out for sure. Hey, no problem. It's a good channel, man. Your work is solid. How could people not like Cecil though? I don't know. I don't understand it. I think people think that, you know, they don't understand that Cecil he's himself. I mean, he goofs off, but a lot of what you see is Cecil as well. I get that feeling like he's, he's just always having fun and goofing off, and he doesn't take all of this stuff way too seriously. And that's what people have to do. When you're going in, you have to take the other side of the equation seriously, because those people, if they're just talking smack about you, who cares? If someone's calling you names, who cares? I don't care. If it's a pro, I'll mention it. If a pro's going out and calling you a Nazi or a racist, yeah, I may talk about that. But if they're just doing that, whatever. Now, the problem is they react just like I felt like HUTT was reacting because, again, being offended in someone else's name. He starts shaking his finger. In his video, he put his finger forward, and he said, you're pushing me. He said, Yellow Flash, Edwin, that umbrella guy, you're pushing me, and you don't want to do that. I mean, it was a weird ultimatum. It was an or else. I mean, what was the or else? That you aborted your channel? I mean, boy, you really showed us. Holy crap, man. Yeah. Put in all that work just to throw it out into space. I mean, oh, Lord. Yeah, what a wuss. There's a Yellow Flash. What was funny is the comments there were golden. Like I said, I would love to go in. Yeah, I'd rather he didn't delete his channel, though, but oh well. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I actually liked some of his material. It was funny. Some of it, even his bad takes, were cringy funny. I was wanting to see if he was going to blow up and go crazy, too. Taxi driver. Oh, seriously. He had his video that he had, too. He had like a bat symbol in the middle of a table or whatever he was filming on. And he had a Batman over in the corner. And he kept talking like, Batman. I mean, that was like some kind of, like he was the Batman. Oh, sheesh. It was good. But he just set them up. I expected him to start ripping off Batman's limbs after a little while. I can't take it. Start biting them and stuff. Why is the EVS Comics Gate live stream gone? Missed it? I don't know. I actually don't know. I was unsure of Cecil until Uncle Ethan, until he told Uncle Ethan to F off, and after it's consistently cracked me up. Yeah, I mean, he's just goofing off with that. His implosion happened much faster than... Yeah, I thought I'd get a week of funny out of this. And maybe I'd have time to sit down and maybe back up the videos. Come on, what are you thinking? Reinstall your channel for 5 minutes so we can actually get your videos and laugh a little bit. I mean, like I said, you wanted a reaction. You got a reaction. What you wanted is a reaction. Again, it's very easy to be internet tough, but, on the internet, people are going to call you names. We talk about this all the time. People are going to call you names. They're going to insult you. They're going to say whatever. I mean, shit. My abbreviation of my name has been made synonymous with sex toys, tug plugs, and a person like a Comic Hut would fucking flip their shit about that. But a person for myself, I think it's hilarious. I love that people have fun. And, if people really get crazy, the crazies out there, I'll mute them. I've only muted out this channel. I've actually blocked one stinking person. And mutes, no, I haven't muted anyone. By the way, if you're new and if you're new to this channel, make sure that you subscribe. But also, if you see all those wonderful wrenches there and you're like, man, I need a wrench too. Well, you're welcome to them. That's why there's so many. Because the wrenches, everyone needs them, Yeah, tug plugs and tug of war. It all evens out. Yeah, exactly. It all evens, the tugboat. Yeah, exactly. I mean, you got to have the butt hut. HUTT slut. There you go. See, I mean, I thought already I couldn't get past all the Star Wars jokes that were coming into my mind, I mean, I'm just, like I said, this stuff, when you guys see that, I mean, what do you guys think about do you find all the drama and silliness funny? Like I say, I don't want videos on it. I don't want a big breakdown on it, but I do want a good laugh out of it. So, I mean, for yourself, Do you find it entertaining, kind of stuff like this? Give me a 1 if you do. Give me a 2 if you don't. I'm just curious about that. Do you like watching people have a meltdown? Because I do. I love watching meltdowns out there. Yeah, tug-a-lows, tug-a-knots, man. You know, tug-thulus. Just don't give Nasser one. He probably hurt a cat with it. Yeah. I love my Tug Plug. Get yours today for 3 easy payments of $39.95. You got the special introductory app. See, most people like that. Look, Jim, no. I like it depending on. Again, I missed what happened. Well, essentially, Comic Book Hut YouTuber had a little meltdown after demanding an apology and getting one. If you've not seen the apology video, which we talked about, go and review it on Cecil's channel because it's really, really funny. But I've never seen anybody melt down just like, ooh, boom. There you go. What number for mildly entertaining? Probably 0.5 or 1.5. I don't even know the people involved. The Tonka cringe was hilarious and tragic. I couldn't look away. See, I like that kind of stuff. I like seeing it, even if I don't know a lot about it. But this one, I'd seen this coming for a while. I figured it would go some certain way because that guy, like the Comic Hut there, he had already picked fights with people all the time. It was his marketing strategy. And instead of EBS going out and, kicking him to the curb, he invited him basically to come on and to talk about stuff. And yeah, he wouldn't say anything there, but, it went a different way. If you would have wanted to see this implosion happen a month ago, I guess if he wouldn't have invited him on, if he would have instead made fun of him, I guess we would have seen that then. But he had picked fights, say, with Nerdette Newsstand, which Nerdette Newsstand, I never got that. I never got the idea of going out and picking fights with her, of all people, like why her? I could get wanting to go pick a fight with Yellow Flash, just because, you find either he has controversial themes and on, or, because he might, maybe you don't want to respond to him. Maybe because he would respond. Maybe that was the problem. Figured that she wouldn't respond, but she had bigger stones than he did. And I don't mean that in an identity kind of way. Like Tristan, again, why pick a fight with her? Well, that's what I never understood. And you can go and review those videos on that. You can actually see when that happened, but that happened a while back. And then we would periodically get one that would aim at someone, make shots at Richard. Again, it became a safe way of taking shots because no, I'm just talking about being angry at the creators because. And then, going from talking about their late delivery, which again you can do, to calling them scammers. How did they scam you? I don't know. Diversity in Comics keeps putting up pictures of shirts and on that are coming in, but apparently that's a scam. Apparently that's monstrous. And EBS has been putting up continual, shots of pages being inked and on. He's put up videos about it being done, but again, maybe that's a scam. Maybe that's a monster. See you, Meta. So I don't really understand how that's a scam, but it got progressively worse. And again, I don't know. I thought the creators actually handled it in a pretty good way. They handled it in a let's talk about it way instead of let's mock you to death here. And the YouTubers, like for myself, I never paid attention to it because who gave a shit? Really, the guy is, I mean, who is that? If you wanted to talk about comic books, I like some of his stuff he covered, but ultimately, at the end of the day, but then getting involved in a little tumble with that, you invited him on my live stream. I wanted him to come on. I actually wanted him to come on. I wanted him to go in and have an argument. I wanted him to go in. I wanted him to come in and talk about this stuff. I said I would mediate between. Nerdette said she wanted to go and have. I would mediate and I would be fair about it. Despite anything I've said mocking, I would be very fair as a mediator. If not, we could always get Yellow Flash to be the moderator. I'm sure he would be fair while he was making fun of him. I mean, he would carry himself well. While he was having a good laugh. I really like that. I like the fact that, again, he got very upset over nothing, over an actual nothing there. Yeah, they were professional about it, as they should have been, but some mocking is expected from the rest. Yeah, I mean, I think so too. I think a lot of us. The Comic Cut was a really chill guy. Not after a little while, when he started out being that. Who he's smoking crack with today. Well, he's gone. He actually left. I think he stole our bag. The drama can be weird. Sometimes it's hilarious and very entertaining. Other times it's not fun and depressing. Captain Cummings, a Nurkish situation. Yeah, okay, if it's big creators, I'll say, like the Nurkish stuff, I didn't expect it. It was out of left field. I hated to see it. The stuff with Tim Lim, I hated to see that. These are people that, again, a lot of people, if nothing else, are going to be dejected by. And ultimately, what we're talking about here is not made by one person. You don't have to be. When I look at that word, Comicsgate is not me. It's a hashtag. But when creators attack it, they mean you. They mean me. So that's why people are like, screw this, denounce that. Yeah. I've seen some very interesting, Yellow Flash is going to have a good video coming up soon about a specific person. And you're going to have quite an interesting show out of that, because Yellow Flash is going to be attacked by one of those people that is supposed to be ultra professional. Now, those people are attacking people and calling it Comicsgate. But when I discuss it, I interact with a lot of people, but you're you. Slick Jimmy, or whomever. We all represent a different idea. We all pop up. We like to talk to each other and goof off. But at the end of the day, can I get a wrench? Yeah, you want a wrench? Why are you? Yeah, you can. Yes, if people want wrenches, bam, they are free. My friends and I constantly butch the balls. Yes, exactly. Some just don't understand it and can't take it. That's the thing. Like when you mess around with a lot of folks, I mean, that is part of it too. Giving people a hard time, like goofing off. Again, I've live streamed with Flash for a while. We goof off. We've actually we got in an argument live about a specific somebody one time when we were on a live stream. Does that mean that it's does that mean I got to go delete my channel or hate the guy? No, in fact, that's somebody I like talking to. That's the whole thing. Like if you're going to sit down and associate, or if you're going to throw out ideas, period, why not expect blowback? Why not expect an answer to it? See, that's what kills me. I expect that from the other side. I expect that. And maybe that's what it is. Maybe it's a reflection of the other side. Maybe it's a reflection of that thinking. I'm not really sure. Ben Henderson, what's up, man? I don't want a wrench. I prefer a screwdriver or a hatchet. I would like a hatchet, not a ratchet. I'd like a hatchet set. I want a sigh. See, that's what you need. Give me a wrench so I can knock out Yellow Flash. You can have a wrench, actually. That way, people that, if you have projects are on, I like to give creators the ability to promote their stuff. Again, if you want to support the channel, there's links in the description. People are also showing it, the Streamlab link. I appreciate people showing up. I'm getting ready to close this sucker down. I don't really, I think that, again, this is not the end of it. Again, we are going to see this guy go total late night comics later on, I'm imagining. And when he does, oh, Lord. Yeah, and like Liquor Jim said, a lot of people gave him thoughtful comments. That's what I went with. I went with, how do you ban Yellow Flash? But the thoughtful comments, that's what I went with. Like, hey, you're going to hurt other people. You're going to hurt Tim Lim. You're going to hurt the people that you're trying to be offended because of. You're going to hurt their chances. Nope, doesn't matter. All right. But anyway, hey, Sweetcast, check his channel out too. 3 buttons, bam. Make sure you sub to Yellow Flash and on. Make sure you check out the creators that are out there. If you're not subbed to this damn channel, sub to this channel. I have a live stream here every freaking day almost, especially on weekdays, somewhere between 4:30 and 5 o'clock Central Standard Time. Right now, it's 5 o'clock, just to give you an idea of what time zone that is if you don't know. So I try to have that. We talk about all kinds of things, everything from comic numbers to whatever's happened to every now and then we talk about stuff like this. I try not to give the people that are dysfunctional a little in the head. I try not to give them the platform too terribly much, and especially when they don't matter. I mean, ultimately, this person, do they really matter? But yeah, what's wrong with saying sorry when it's real? It's so hard to say sorry when you see so. Is that what you mean? Mitch is a class act. Yes, Mitch is indeed. All right, but anyway, I think I'm going to end this sucker. I hope you enjoyed the presentation. And like I said, we will see. I will probably be back tomorrow. I may be back in the morning or whenever. It's a weekday or weekend, so I may pop up whenever. Just keep your eyes peeled. Hit that notification bell. Maybe it'll actually tell you. Who the hell knows? All right. Anyway, I will see you all later. It was fun. You guys are the best, I say. And I say that expecting you to shower this channel with donations. I'm just playing. Have a good